Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Yooka-Laylee. I'm MCFPapa and this is part number... Oh wait, no. This isn't part 25. This is the bonus video. It's not part 25. And in this video, to start things off, I'm back here in the overworld. And in case you're wondering, if you load back into the game after defeating the boss, it just shows you coming out of the elevator there. Like, your totals, everything's still collected on the save file. And I believe you still gotta do the Quackfire quiz again. Not 100% on that. But anyway, you go talk to Vendy. And as you can see now, all the tonics are unlocked. Helium, what that does is that just makes all the voices high-pitched. Not your voice, though. So, that's fun, I guess. Butter 3, that's if you want like a hard mode sort of thing, because you get stuck at only 3 butterflies and you gotta go through the whole game. Well, at least as long as you have the tonic equipped like that. I can't even imagine like doing the final boss with Butter 3 equipped. I've never done it. I'm sure there's a way, but I've never done it. Athletes. Oh yeah, athlete gives you a longer energy bar. So just for context, I just want to measure, so it's at a slightly over the start of the 5th butterfly. And anyway, there you can hear some more of the helium voices. But then with Athlete, what it does, let's see how long it is now. That's like all the way to the end, so that's like 2-ish, equivalent of 2 energy extenders. Very useful. And then of course the biggest and most vital tonic of all, which you unlock for getting all of the pages in the whole game, is your 100% reward. It gives Yooka pants, so he's not naked going around. Laylee still is though, but I guess that's okay. But how about that? Ain't that a great reward for 100%? And now, in case you're wondering, like, well, when would you ever use some of these? Well, you only unlock the tonics once on a platform, and then even on alternate save files, like, they're all still unlocked and everything. Which, I don't know, like, that kind of takes the joy out of unlocking them, in my opinion. But I guess they had to do it, because otherwise, yeah, like, some of them would be, like, literally useless. Like, what would you care about even more stamina if you can't really use it except on the final boss? And now, I just like to point out that, like, in the HUD, there's like even a 7th butterfly that gets added if you have all the butterfly extenders and then have the 1 tonic that gives you an extra one. But in the HUD there's like space for like 4 extra butterflies pretty much, you know? So that would imply to me that maybe at some point they had 4 of the extra levels planned as DLC. There's not really much evidence to support that, but that's my theory, that maybe they had an idea of really expanding it, because then if there's 4 more worlds, then that's 9 worlds, the same as Banjo-Kazooie, so that might have been something they had planned at some point. Because also, you'll see here, I'm just showing off Rextro's arcade here since it's easier to access it. But if you look here, there's 3 extra arcade games. So there's Glaciators, Carter's Karting, Bebop, Hurdle Hijinks, and Up and Over. But then there's also Bag the Flag, Gauntlet Run, and Jobstacle Course. So maybe they wanted to have 8 worlds, actually. And then that would also support my theory, because with 8 worlds, then you get 3 butterfly extenders in each of the worlds. Then with the extra butterfly from the tonic, then that evens everything out. Maybe that was something they had planned too. But anyway, I'm just gonna show off and play these extra arcade games for fun, if you can believe it or not. So, Jobstacle Course. Aim of this game is to beat obstacle course and collect quills. Much like main adventure, but with better camera. I don't know about that. Honestly, I don't think I've ever played all 3 of these games all the way through. Because, like, why would you? Honestly, they don't give you anything. But my thoughts are maybe they had designed these with, like, 8 worlds in mind, and then they were gonna, like, just change their aesthetics to be the whatever world they're in, like, match them then, you know? And these are just more like placeholders right now. That's my thought process anyway. There's not much evidence to support it, but like it would stand to reason that like the DLC worlds would have like the same amount of collectibles and stuff as the other worlds, and that means also having like a Rextro minigame and a health pickup or whatever. And I have no idea how I died there, honestly. But, like, I don't know, like, they put effort into these, so I don't know why they only actually used 5 of them. Like I said, that it would make the most sense to me if they did have an extra worlds planned that would use them. But you really don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, ha! You can respawn on that thing. How about that? And I'm about dead, too, so that's good. Sheesh. And if I die, I really don't care enough to actually do it again all the way through. I'm just showing these off. I believe this music is unique to them, though. Oh. Well, that's that one. I don't really want to play it again, honestly. Just wanted to show it off some. Got a terrible high score. So that one actually would be kind of tough if I needed to get it all the way through. Anyway, Gauntlet Run. Let's see what this one is like. Some pop-in, so that's always a good sign in your mini games. Oh, this is like a on-rail shooter, huh? Yeah, seems like it. So that's actually pretty cool. And at least this feels like an actual arcade sort of game that would be in an arcade. You know, this sort of shooters thing is common. And how about this though? They really are utilizing the Tribal Stack Tropics graphics here. So I don't know, maybe this was actually a beta version of the other, like, maybe this was what they originally had planned for Tribal Stack Tropics, is this mini game, but they instead decided against it and got the Cardos karting in it instead. I don't know. It seems fine enough. Would be more enjoyable than the stupid hurdle hijinks if they had made it casino themed. Oh, you can just hold down the button. I was like pressing constantly. But like even the environment and stuff here in this one, it's pretty solid. I like it. It gets my approval. And how about this? Like, actual total unique tonics. Like, they use the invincibility, the speed up, and the, like, negative skull tonics all the time in the game. But here in this one, they actually had 2 totally unique tonics not reused anywhere else. So that's weird. And yeah, pretty hard to actually get a high score on that one too, huh? Oh, and I guess I'd just like to point out, I do like that title screens they had designed for each of the mini games. Those look really nice, and they're like all totally unique to each other, so that's cool. Anyway, let's check out Bag the Flag. Well, there's the flag. Don't know why it took so long to show the flag. Okay. Is it really just... I don't know, what are you supposed to do with it? I guess just keep the flag as long as possible? I guess that's it. I don't know. Oh, I guess collect quills too. And you gotta watch out for all the enemies, I guess. And hey, the pathfinding on these guys is actually pretty good, surprisingly. Which is weird, because they don't have very good pathfinding to begin with. I bet, though, this is the type of game that could be won by just standing around if this was in the world and had a pagey attached to it. I bet you wouldn't need to actually get the flag. But, like, their pathing AI is so good, like, they won't actually even get into the fire. So I guess that's more for the other player, like if you're playing this multiplayer. Oh, there's even, I didn't even notice that till now, that there was a top pipe. Hey, I actually got someone in the fire. How about that? Oh, wow. Can you even kill the guys? No, I guess not. Okay, so I guess that's just the difficulty there at the end added to have the brutes to watch out for or something. I don't know. Oh man. Gotta be careful, don't want to die in this game. This one though is really long too. Like seriously. Man. Alright, I hope I actually finished that and didn't just die there. Oh yeah, and I even got the high score, so how about that? Alright. So, like, those were on the same level as the minigames which were used in the world, I'd say. But anyway, now, if you replay Hurdle Hijinks in the single player, it's the same annoying and same exact game it is if you would go to it in Capital Casino. But I just like to show off that if you do the multiplayer version of Hurdle Hijinks, and I hope my PS4 controller, or PS5 controller, my other one, I don't care about updating the DualSense. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, so hopefully, yeah, it's connected. That's good. Oh, you can even go around in your little box, huh? That's cool. I don't know why you would really want to, but you can. So anyway, I just want to briefly show it off by getting the second controller connected. That if you look here in Hurdle Hijinks, what is this? A totally different, unique game and much less annoying to go through? Imagine that. Wow, how about that? Much more fun in my opinion too, but oh, it doesn't have enemies and that. And there's not even any life system with it. So, like, you can just die as much as you want. And obviously I'm not playing really using the second controller. Anyway, the controller I have connected for Player 2, that's the one I haven't touched in about 6 months, because it's the one with the stick drift in the right stick, but I guess it really doesn't matter here, any stick drift. But like, yeah, if it was just like this sort of thing where you're just trying to get as many quills as possible, then I would be okay with Hurdle Hijinks. But the way they made it in the actual game is just so annoying. And I don't know why they didn't just keep this as the same version, because, like, to my knowledge, the other levels are all pretty much the same. Like, the multiplayer versions of the mini-games are the same as the single-player ones, just with extra players added. Though I haven't really checked them out in detail, so maybe I'll check out briefly some of the other ones, but like, yeah, this is just its own thing. There's still some challenge, it still kinda gets cramped here as you go later on, but still, like, not nearly as bad. So, like, that just makes the single-player version worse, because it's like, yeah, there is a good version they could have used, but they decided against it. And also, somehow, we lost our colors, so now we're Yooka-Laylee again. I don't know what that glitch is about, but... Oh gee, I wonder who won that one. Alright, I'll check out Cardos Karting briefly. But I think it has like the same layout, same obstacles as the single player one. Oh, I wonder what the heck the camera will do here. Oh, it zooms out, I guess. Okay. Oh, so it is actually different. There's less obstacles. Huh. Well, that's a bit lame, but I guess they wanted to make it more easier for the other player. And what the heck's that? I don't know. I don't know what this even is. It's like a red power-up, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't know. Maybe I need to do it as the second player? I don't know. Let's see. Ah! Oh, that's cool. So it's something to mess with your opponent. Like, see, that's cool. Like, I think, though, maybe the Rextro minigames really were intended more for the multiplayer, but they just kind of ham-fisted them into the single player too. Because if they were just like an optional extra for like some extra mini games, like more of a party game sort of thing, I wouldn't have really any issue with them. But the way they implemented them in the main game is just really not good. Alright, let's see what Up and Over is like. Maybe this'll be somewhat different too. That's a bit awkward that you can actually collide with each other. Oh, and yeah, this is different. Huh, how about that? So if you were having trouble with doing Up and Over, there is this version which has a lot other stuff with it too. So, again, like, why did they not just have this for the main version? I don't get it. Because, like, yeah, there's still obstacles to avoid, but it's a lot more of a collecting for score. And in a collect-a-thon, don't you want to collect a lot of stuff, even in the mini-games? There's even invincibility power-up in here, which isn't in the main game. Or reverse controls, that isn't in the single-player version. So just really cool, but it's only for this version. Yeah, so, like, I know I mentioned in my Let's Play at the end that, like, I would rather see them just rework stuff than cut it out, but, like, they didn't even need to rework the Rextro minigames, because they were fine here. But for some reason, they decided against doing these, and instead did the worse versions. It should have just, yeah, been like a social thing, because, oh yeah, there is some other two-player functionality. I guess I can kinda show that off now. It's really bad in the main game, but there is some multiplayer in it. And I'm just doing terrible here. Sheesh. Even just focusing on one person, sheesh. Okay, well, that's it for the Rextro stuff. Yeah, like, much better in the multiplayer. Should have just been multiplayer stuff, you know, as an optional side thing. Or just, like, have the single player versions be the better multiplayer ones, you know? Could do that too. And that's interesting that your save file time even counts when you're playing the Rextro arcade stuff. Huh, that's weird. Anyway, there you can see me coming out. And now for the second player. Yeah, so the second player, while the first player's like moving around doing their thing, the second player has this little B cursor they get, and they can, like, I think, touch enemies if they're close enough to them. I thought, anyway. Maybe you can even do that much. I thought you could, though. I'm just like, I'm hitting every button, it's not doing anything. So I don't know, maybe it's just to point out quills, which is even lamer than I thought it was. Because I thought it was like Mario Galaxy 2 levels of multiplayer, where the second player can just do barely anything. But it seems to be even less than I was expecting. Or maybe it's only for the quills? I don't know. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for this section of the bonus video. I don't know what the heck the multiplayer in this even does. I thought I knew, turns out I don't. So who knows, but I still have more to do in the bonus video. So now I'm gonna make a cut and hopefully show off the Yooka-Laylee Toybox, which is the, like, kinda beta they did. Well, you'll see. Anyway, so I'll see you in a bit right now. Alright, hello, and this is the second part of the bonus video for Yooka-Laylee. I did the first part showing off the arcade games roughly 6 months ago, and I'm finally getting around to recording the Yooka-Laylee Toybox. This Toybox was given the Kickstarter backers. I happened to find a certain source, though, that still includes it. And it was basically a little tech demo they wanted to do to show off some of the mechanics of the game. As like a little level that's very rough, but like an early showcase of what's to come in Yooka-Laylee. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go through the whole thing now, so be excited for that. This says it's the Toybox Plus. I'm not sure what the plus means, but maybe it's a slightly updated version of the Toybox. I don't know, I wasn't a Kickstarter backer. Anyway, bzz, what was that noise? Show yourself. Step closer, move with the analog stick and jump with A. Wow. Works perfectly. And now we actually already have several maneuvers unlocked right away, like the springtail and the glide. We don't need to have Trouser unlock them for us in this. And get a load of this, rolling, but no stamina bar. How about that? Organics detected. Exterminate, destroy, kill. Bzz. Oh, sorry, users. I didn't recognize you there. I am inept. Welcome to my virtual reality sandbox, a simulation of the real world final game. Meat beings may use a number of jumping and attacking moves in this test arena. More in the final game. Bzz. Traverse. Make organic feelings. Collect all 100 quills for a moderate reward. It's what you DNA bags would call a right old lark. Bzz. Access granted. Press switch to enter. Bzz. Go on then. I haven't got all day. Jump with A and press the trigger while in the air to ground smash. Oops. Bzz. Bug detected. Please tell devs they messed up. Bzz. Nothing to do with me, alright? I'm supposed to be a security bot anyway. What do I know about tutorials? Now, sorry if this video quality isn't the best. Of course, I don't have exactly the best, most powerful PC when it comes to 3D gaming. Even relatively simple 3D gaming like this. And besides, it seems like the Toybox only outputs in 720p resolution, which is a bit weird. And I'm not sure if it's the fault of the Toybox itself, or if it's just the way the controller's reacting to it, even though the controller doesn't do this sort of thing on the real Yooka-Laylee. But if I push the right stick to the left, it goes to the left, but also does the roll move, and if I push it right, it does the crouch move. I don't know why. I am using the same exact controller I normally use for other PC games, my trusty knockoff DualShock 4 controller I got for $5 at a rummage sale. And by the way, in the 6 months since I recorded the I'm a Quill, well, a pretend VR one, collect 100 of us and receive a pagey. Now, I wonder, was it just for the tech demo, the Toybox, that they had 100 quills for a pagey? Or if maybe they only had it planned that in the final game you only get 100 for a pagey, not all 250 of them. I don't know. But anyway, as I was saying about my trusty DualShock 4 knockoff controller still working perfectly, while in the time since I did the rest of this Yooka-Laylee series, the stupid second $70 DualSense controller failed on me and had its right stick drift horribly. So, ain't that great that some knockoff can outlive both 2 controllers and counting. Organics will need impressive hacking skills to break that lock. Or you could just give it a whack with X. Now get a load of this. You ready to see something really revolutionary? The treasure chests actually open in the toy box. It's not just smashing them open like it is in the final game. Why the heck they cut that? I'm not sure. And by the way, I think that this toy box wasn't received very well by Kickstarter backers when it came out, because it's just this very basic stuff with untextured stuff and a few like level decorations from Tribal Stack Tropics thrown in. Soar like a cybernetic eagle, users. Hold the trigger and press A. Oh. Just gotta wait for it. But weirdly enough, the skybox they used for, like, this world has the Tribal Stack Tropics music, but they used the Galleon Galaxy skybox for it. And it's a lot more square visibly than the final games one, which is a lot more rounded. So, and I'm sorry, but like I said, it's weird, but moving the camera makes him do the moves. I don't know why. And as for the pause screen, there's the Ghost Riders, but I don't think the Ghost Riders are in this. I did play through this once before, a few years back. So that's kind of weird they show up on the HUD, but none of the other, like, collectible progress shows up here. And it's just very basic stuff. And it doesn't even save your progress, as it said in the opening. Okay. I don't know why all of a sudden that box was super easy to pull. But it was. And now here you can see even like a little puzzle. So I mean, I can get why some people were disappointed, but as a fan of Yooka-Laylee, it's really cool to see like the early incarnation of what, like, before even Yooka-Laylee, like how it was shaping up to be, you know? And like, it's cool. It has puzzles, it has stuff to collect in it. It has some standard humor for this sort of game, which works really well and is just as well written as the other stuff. Greetings, user. You haven't seen any other organics around here, have you? It's so difficult to satisfy the urge to exterminate in this empty simulation. Anyway, what did you think of the different cameras leading up to this point? Do you have a favorite? I'm advised meat beings can discuss feedback on the Platonic forums at forums.platonicgames.com. The Wi-Fi in here is rubbish though, so I couldn't tell you if that's just hearsay. I don't think those forums exist anymore, even though it's not been that long ago. The one unfortunate thing is you gotta just go back through all these areas. And even though they call it a toy box, there isn't much sort of toys to play with around here. If you're sure water won't affect your circuitry, I'll tell you how to swim. Press A to rise and X to sink, then move with the analog stick. Like, maybe this would have been received better if they had just released like a little mini demo. Like maybe showing off a few areas of Tribal Stack Tropics, you know? Oops. Can't rotate the camera that well or like center it behind Yooka-Laylee. And of course there isn't any Hunter tonic here, so it's a bit more awkward trying to find all the quills. Though just like the final game, like all this stuff has physics on it, which is just as weird here as it is in the final game. Like, you wouldn't really expect all these uneven surfaces to have like collision on them, but they do. It's a shame they didn't implement Flappy Flight in this, but I guess they figured they didn't want it to be too overpowered or have too many moves given away. And yeah, I guess you're meant to just swim through here and find this area that way, but you got the freedom to just go up this way. And physics on this sort of platform seems roughly the same. The water appearance and effects looks roughly the same. Already 29% of the way done. Oops. But even here, there's like very little draw distance, if any. Like, I can see the notes way on, or the quills way in the distance. What am I talking about? Notes. This ain't banjo. By the way, shout out to Nintendo for putting, and Microsoft for putting Banjo Tooie on the Nintendo Switch Online. If only they would port the superior Xbox 360 versions to PC and other consoles, but they probably won't ever, because those would need like Xbox 360 emulators running good. I mean, this definitely is a good showcase about the, like, what moves and that sort of thing are gonna happen in the full game. Even there's a bit of combat. How about that? Well, that was weird. I guess a corplet, like, stopped me from entering the room? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, and this is a showcase of the various animations of the pretty cool. So I guess there wasn't any quills over here. But hey, they even introduced the ones that need 2 hits to kill. And this one has a cowboy hat. I don't think the cowboy hat was used in the final game. I know the shorts were, but I thought that was the only alternate hat style for him. And even though, like, I defeated all the enemies and got the little victory jingle, there's no quills to show for it. I don't know, I guess more corplets are, like, inside there, just ready to be let out. I don't know. But still, like, the control system is pretty much the same as the final game. I think the roll move makes a slightly wider turn in this than it does in the final game, but it feels pretty much identical most of the time. Bzz, good news, users! I exterminated all the other NPCs in the simulation. Now you can roam free. Making a joke about how there's no one else here. Alright, I think that's all for this side. Still plenty other areas to explore. I'm not sure what the checkpoint system is like here. Probably the same as the final game, where if you die, you respawn at the last door. Huh. Can still break some challenges to get even higher than you're supposed to. Maybe it was a memory issue, like having so many crates in the levels that don't despawn caused issues with lag and that. I don't know. The biggest news, though, in the time since I recorded the rest of this series is that Yooka-Laylee was announced, which I am very excited for. So maybe in Yooka-Laylee they'll have the treasure chests open up like they do in this, finally. That would be a cool thing to include. And if you get blown by the wind, it's still really weird and awkward and fast. Bzz, almost there, users. 50 quills accumulated. 50% isn't almost there by any stretch of the imagination. You know, it's really not. The camera, though, still kinda gets stuck in some places, it seems, here. Alright. There is more stuff up here. Gotta search every inch. An attack by red balls. Oh no. What a scary jump scare. Boy. In the final game, though, they didn't really use these glass panes for doors like that. They used them for stuff you could shatter, but that's about it. Alright. This just a secret? That might be just a secret. Well, the camera was a bit weird there, but I managed to get in. Bzz. Did you know robots really enjoy particle effects? Alright, let's see. Oh, that's cute little man figure in there. And there's the bubble for the buddy bubble. Snow, fire, particles, electricity, and I guess water there too. Yeah. But I don't think that, like, some of these were used, or if they were, they weren't, like, in this form, like 2 metal balls. Maybe this was for the... It's the same as what was used in, like, the electric wires in Capital Casino, but looks different. I don't think that one was used. Boy, that's making it lag, but it's very pretty. And that, I think, wasn't that, like, for the transformation? I don't know. As much as I've played Yooka-Laylee, I can honestly say I'm not that well versed in the particle lore. Alright. Well, that's that area taken care of. What the heck's this? There a ball? Somewhere? Seems like there would be a ball. There must be something. May I need to unlock it? Alright. Now diving way down for these quills. Funny how much underwater exploration there is in this game. When, like, yeah, there was some in the final game, but there wasn't that much of it. Huh. Weird. Alright. Now, get up the central pillar. Get the quill this time. Yeah, you can even in this still, like, stop on the slopes. And a good progression of the roll move mechanic. Huh. So they do whoa. So they do still have, like, the fall mechanic in place, but no health. They must have just, like, specifically removed the health features for this early version. Feels like, though, the roll move is a bit more speedy than it is in the final game. Boy. Yeah. Definitely feels that way. But like, there's a noticeable draw distance in this game, whereas in the final Yooka-Laylee there really wasn't much of a draw distance. I don't mean in terms of the items like quills, but just you can see there's the fog near the end. Maybe that was just to make it flow better, that sort of thing. And platforms in the final game didn't really like go back and then pause and then over and pause. Huh. Aha, I bet this is where you go for it. Okay. I guess I rode on top of the ball down. See now, like, this is kind of like, the Toybox is kind of like the early version of Capital Casino. You know, instead of having, like, this ball challenge give you a pagey, it's just a few quills. Like the Capital Casino has challenges that give you the tokens. Interesting. I guess they kind of took that level design and put it into the Capital Casino then. Alright, I'd better be finding some more areas, because I still have 25 whole quills to get through. And I've, like, explored most of this area. Aha. Well, here's some at least. Is that a door? It is a door. Well, what's in the door? Oh, not something entirely different. There is a Ghost Rider. Huh. It's the green one. Evie? That the green one's name? Freeing us Ghost Riders, what fun. But in the sandbox, there's only one. Huh. I totally forgot about that. But I guess that's a good showcase then of the Ghost Rider. But, like, they could have at least introduced some of the major characters in this. You know, have Trouser talk to you, or Vendy, or Dr. Puzz, or someone. Besides just the inept robot of all things. Surely they must have had other characters who had their designs and animations finished. Yeah, I see that one way over there. Oh, that's from the doorway. And also, they could have done more, like, combat here. You know? Ah! That's interesting, too. Smashed crates don't just despawn. Which, yeah, in the final game, that definitely was a motivation for making him despawn, is to run stuff better. Alright. Is there something to do with pushing this onto that, like, weird circle. Well, I guess not. Oh, that's must just be a tutorial for this. And hey, even got the rocking platforms implemented in this. Whoa. Though maybe not fully completed. Alright, is that it for quills on them? Looks like it. There's gotta be something up here. Uh-huh. Yep. I figured. You know, they wouldn't just not put something in this. Like, everything in this is very deliberately designed to be something. Alright. Bzz. User is too high. Frame rate dip detected. Terminate artists. Huh. All that for just a couple quills. Huh. Alright. Bzz. You made it to the top of the island. Now you can view all those pleasing geometric shapes and grids. Enjoy it before final game's inferior, highly detailed organic art arrives. I know in the development of this game they made like a prototype level which was kind of like Tribal Stack Tropics, but mostly its own thing. And I didn't hit the switch. And that was to that door, wasn't it? Well, maybe if I fall off, it'll respawn me. No. Okay. Well, how about that? It wouldn't be one of my videos without an I'll be back moment, would it? So, I'll be back. Okay, back up here. Let's try that again. This time try not falling directly onto the slope. I guess maybe they did that because they want it to be more of a secret. I don't know. Oh boy, yeah, look at that. Wow. Super secret doorway is open. Huh. I can go on it. I guess that's just a mismatched sort of size. Or maybe it was intentional. I don't know. Kinda weird regardless. And it looks like the red balls you hit stay despawned. And you don't get any damage from them. So, what's really the point? Ah. So I guess that's a showcase of the different ground types. But this seems like sand or something you're walking on. And this one here, it feels like dirt or something you're walking on. Was there originally planned to be a desert world? I don't... I mean, there is some sandy areas. Maybe specifically if you walk into sand traps. In the golf levels, it has this sound. I'm not really familiar with it though. And hey, this one even has the snow that slows down your path, which is barely used in the final game. But just a cool little room. So I guess there's no quills for doing that slide. Kinda lame. Well, I hope that the rest of the quills are like in this section. Else I gotta start looking. Also though, in this the camera controls are inverted from what they are in the final game. Oh boy. Well, this is a bit of a pickle, isn't it? Oh, I bet there's some secret there at the Toybox, like, sign. Aha, I see the chest. So there is some. I made it despite the camera, but they improved the camera a lot compared to this in the final game. Huh. Like, since there's 5 missing, I would assume that's a challenge somewhere. Maybe go through the... Wait, what? I thought that wall rocked for a moment. Maybe I need to go through the slide without getting hit at all. Silly Organics Toybox budget doesn't cover repeat dialogue. Oh, huh. Funny joke. Aha! I see you, there's the 5. So, they're up on top of this thing. That's too high. Alright. Well, time to dive. Go in the proper way this time. See, the camera gets stuck a bit. Alright, now, to get up. Suppose just like this. The thing though about having it be like all the same color and texture is it's really tough to determine where platforms are at certain angles. Alright. There we go. Well done, user. You collected Quill's Quota 100, a binary classic. Come and find me to collect your Pagey. Wow. That's so hard to find where the Pagey is. You'd think they would have put the Pagey in a cagey. One. Bzz. Greetings, users. I have a secret for you. Bzz. Ooh, what was that? Any new ones? Bzz. Exciting control update incoming. Oh, that's just the same stuff. Alright, now, if I recall correctly, the final secret is in the central area. You know, with the pillar here. Funnily enough, maybe people would have been happier with Yooka-Laylee if levels were like roughly this Toybox's size instead of giant, massive stuff. Aha! Here it is. I thought it was around here. Ugh. Stupid cryptic thing. Bzz. I wonder what that did. Okay. There we go. Alright. That took a bit longer than I would have liked, but oh well. Got there eventually. Greetings, users. I have a secret for you. When real-world game releases, look to a pirate ship for a surprise. Ground smash lone rock under a nearby tree to reveal the way. Remember this to find the surprise. Yep, and so that's the hint for Galleon Galaxy, where the stupid robot can spawn in then, and has the loading exposition that never amounted to anything. The one thing I hope for in Yooka-Laylee whenever that comes out, and maybe by the time this video's uploaded, it's already been released and that, but I hope that the exposition bot actually does something in Yooka-Laylee. That's the only improvement I really is a must-have for me, is that all this build-up from the Toybox to the full game to them patching the full game and actually bothering to change the progress on the loading exposition. I want it to finally have some sort of resolution. It'll have taken about a decade, but I hope it does. Anyway, with that said, that was the Toybox, it's a fun little thing. I can understand, though, why people didn't like it that much. But I don't think it was ever meant to be anything more than just a fun little bonus thing they made. But anyway, with that being said, that'll do it for this bonus video. So, like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you in the next series.